Hey there, welcome to the Movie Review Mom YouTube channel. Thanks for visiting, especially if you're brand new. Yay, I'm so glad you found me. And thank you if you are a subscriber. You know how much I appreciate your support, and I love reading your comments. So today, the movie I'm reviewing is called The Beautiful Game. This cute underdog sports story is based on a true story and is now playing on Netflix. It's rated PG-13. It's 2 hours and 5 minutes long. And my overall movie review mom grade is a B plus. I thought it was very sweet. So first I'm going to give you an overview in a nutshell, and then I'll point out all the things that I liked, the things that I didn't like, tips for parents, themes worth talking about, funny lines, interesting lines, and recommendations for other films that are sort of similar that you might also really enjoy. All right, so in a nutshell, advocates to end homelessness organize an annual tournament for homeless men and women to compete in a series of soccer matches known as the Homeless World Cup. I didn't even know that was a thing. It is. The film is filled with lots of heart and warmth and was directed by Thea Sherrick. Writing credits go to Frank Cottrell Boyce. Hey, Frank, if you're watching, reach out to me. We might be related, although my last name is spelled with an I instead of a Y, like your name is. All right, so let me give you quick tips for parents. There is some British profanity. We see the naked backside of a young man. There is talk of drugs. Some Japanese is spoken, and so you've got to read subtitles, but just for a moment. There is talk of a male anatomical body part, and then is talk of dreamers. Those are children of illegals in the United States of America. Now, if you're watching this with young kids, I think they're going to be probably pretty bored. It's mostly a lot of adults talking, but teenagers, maybe even some preteens, especially those who love soccer, might be interested in the movie. So just a heads up on that content so you know it's not squeaky clean. There's some things. So some of the themes that are illustrated very well are redemption, soccer, homelessness, community, teamwork, unity, second chances, invisibility, which I think is an interesting theme, commitment, and sportsmanship. So here's the long list of things that I really liked about this film. It starts off with Bill Nye. I just adore him. So I wanted to watch the film as soon as I saw the movie poster with him on it. He gives an endearing performance, as always, and elevates the film. Almost everything he said in the movie made me laugh out loud. He's got some really good lines. Other charming cast members include Susan Wokoma, Callum Scott Towles, Kit Young, Shay Cole, and Michael Ward. Colin Farrell was one of the producers, and I think that that's pretty cool that he loved this story so much. We get to spend time in England and Rome during the film. I love to travel in movies, and in this case, I've been to both places and I adore them both. Bill Nye's character stands at the famous Trevi Fountain in Rome and said, quote, "Everywhere changes, but here it could still be 1983, end quote. And believe it or not, in 1983, I stood at that Trevi Fountain. And they say, if you toss a coin, that means you're going to come back again. And so I wanted to come back, so I tossed a coin and I did come back. And of course, it was decades later, but I brought my husband and a bunch of friends from college, and we had an amazing time. It's an especially inspirational story because it's based on real events. I never knew there was such a thing as the World Homeless Cup. It was actually invented in 2001. The characters in this story are really kind of an amalgamation of real people who competed in the games over a series of years. The film does a great job of sharing messages of inclusion and hope without being too preachy or political. I love the title and I wanted to know how it was going to be used in the film. So as it turns out, Bill Nye says those words, his character does, while he's talking to someone about the soccer competition in Rome. That soccer is a beautiful game, but this soccer game that includes all of these homeless from around the world representing their countries, that's a beautiful game. At the end of the movie, we see video clips and pictures of real people involved in this Beautiful game. The punchy music gives the film energy and excitement, especially during the final rolling credits. So keep watching at the very end. Now, with all of that praise, there were just a few things that I didn't like or thought could have been done better or differently. For example, the film is unnecessarily long to say what it needs to say. I could easily spot several scenes that could have been cut, and it wouldn't have changed the story at all. And it would have just given a more bite-sized chunk for the film for viewers to watch. There are a lot of characters to keep track of, and sometimes you're like, well, do I need to invest in that character? Is that character going to be really important? Sometimes you think that, and then you never see the character again. And so there's just a lot of people, and they all add something to the story, but it's a little bit distracting. Rather than being grateful for the incredible opportunity to play soccer in Rome, Italy, one of the characters has a terrible attitude and is so rude to everyone on his own team, as well as to other players. And I don't understand that mentality at all. And so I didn't feel endeared to him, yet he was one of the main characters in the movie. I was surprised to see how small the soccer field was that the world's players competed on. And there's a lot of information that's missing in the plot, and I wanted to know. Now, whenever I watch movies, I write down funny lines and interesting lines simply so I can share them with you so you get a taste and feel for the dialogue and the script writing quality. I looked at my notes and I did not write any funny lines, but I did write some interesting lines. They're all on my written review at moviereviewmom.com, so you can see them all there, but I'll share a few of them with you right here. So there's this coach of another team, and I tried to find his name, the character and the actor, and I couldn't find it. But he said, the name of that miracle is respect. And in this movie, in the true stories that abound about this event, there are a lot of miracles, which is really heartwarming and touching. So Shay Cole plays a character who says, when you're on the streets, no one talks to you, so you can't say the wrong thing. And he kind of has a little bit of anxiety because now he's talking to people and he's worried he's going to say the wrong thing. And I thought that that was interesting. Another character played by Michael Ward says, if you haven't got pride, what have you got? And not the egotistical pride, but having a sense of pride in doing a job well done, that kind of thing. And then there's this nun played by Susan Wokoma, who's fantastic. And she says, nobody can save themselves. We save each other. And she's got this real spunky personality and a lot of wisdom. I loved that line. And then again, Michael Ward's character is talking to somebody and he says, you don't play for medals, you play for the team. And I loved that it wasn't like these homeless people had aspirations of being rich and famous. You know, they were just so honored to be selected and to be able to be a team, to feel like they belonged. Because when you're living out on the streets, you're very isolated and lonely. And so I love that whole idea and theme of teamwork and community and belonging. We all just want to belong. So let me give you recommendations for 3 films that I think that you're also really going to like if you like this one. The first one is a movie I just reviewed called Next Goal Wins. And it's based on a true story as well. You can watch my review of that one. Actually, I did a review of all of these, and I'll queue up, maybe I'll queue up Champions, because out of all of them, I think that one was my favorite. It's based on a true story. It stars Woody Harrelson and a basketball team of players who are mentally and sometimes physically handicapped. And it's so heartwarming and adorable and cute. And then another one also based on a true story is called Warrior Strong. And so again, check out all of those movies. If you're into the underdog sports film, you want to see a sports movie, or you just want to get some inspiration and a few laughs along the way, check all of those out. And when you get a minute, check out my Movie Review Mom Facebook group, where we talk about movies, of course. And you can also find me as Movie Review Mom on Instagram, Twitter, all of the social sites, as well as Trina Boice, which is my name. You can learn about my books, my online courses, my products, and on my other shenanigans. Thank you so much. Have a fantastic day, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye for now.